So, greeting students. So, in this lecture, we will be dealing with the various types of transducers. So, starting with the various types includes active and passive transducers, analog and digital transducers. So, the transducer based upon principle. So, this we have already seen. Um, Primary transducer and secondary transducer. Okay, transducers and inverse transducer. So, based upon this, how we can classify your transducer, we'll be dealing with. So moving on to the active transducer. So these transducers are not in need of any external source. Okay. So actually they will be called as a self-generating transducers. So the active transducers are self-generating, which operate under the energy conversion principle. So the principle used over here is nothing but energy conversion principle. So as the output of active transducers, we get an equivalent electrical output. Okay, so first primary thing is you don't need any kind of external supply. Okay, so based upon the internal, that is based upon the parameter itself, it can generate the energy and it can convert into the electrical energy. So the example is the temperature or strain to electrical potential without any external source of energy. Okay, so how this is possible we'll be seeing. So it is a piezoelectric transducer. So this is based upon the pressure. Okay, so what you are applying is you will be applying pressure over here. So due to the applied pressure, there will be the variation in your voltage. So the voltage what you gain will be getting is your analog voltage. So this is your piezoelectric crystal. So this piezoelectric crystal is designed such that it converts your pressure into your electrical signals. Okay. So these active transistors can be again classified into photovoltaic, thermoelectric, electromagnetic, piezoelectric, chemical, and others. Okay. So coming to the passive transducer, so these transducers need external source. Okay. So in your active transducer, what we have seen, it doesn't need any kind of external source for its operation. But in case of your passive transducers, you are in need of external source for their operation. Okay, and they are called as not self-generating transducers. So here, the DC power supply or an audio frequency generator is used as an external source. Okay, the DC power supply is used as an external source. These transducers produce the output signal in the form of variation in your resistance, capacitance, inductance. Okay, so here you can see an example. So this is corresponds to your LVDT. We'll be seeing about LVDT. So here there are three coils based upon the movement in the that is this rod. Okay, so this is a metal rod. Okay, based upon this one, the variation is given over here. So coming to the classification of your passive transducer. So it is again classified into four types: variable resistance, variable reactance, optoelectronic, Hall effect. Okay. So variable resistance means the resistance value will be varying out the operation through the operation. So here is a thermistor, potentiometric meter, photo conductor or LDR, strain gauge coming under these variable resistance. So apart from this, the variable reactance, it can be again classified into inductive type and capacitive type. So in the inductive type, it will be of variable reluctance, variable permeability, and LVDT. Okay. In optoelectronic types, it depends upon the photoelectric emission. It will be photoemissive and photoconductive. So primary and secondary transducers. So some transducers contain the mechanical as well as electrical device. Okay, so the mechanical device converts physical quantity while uh, the secondary transducer what it does is the electrical device that can convert the mechanical signal into the corresponding electrical signal. So this is possible in your uh, primary and secondary transducers. So here in the figure you can see. So here diaphragm acts as a primary transducer, and this converts the pressure into a displacement. Okay, the diaphragm what it does is the converts the pressure quantity into a electrical quantity. Then the displacement is again converted into the change in resistance using your strain gauge. Okay, so here due to the pressure, your diaphragm is a primary transducer and the secondary corresponds to your strain gauge. Ah, so moving on to the classification according to the principle. So based upon the principle, it can be classified into capacitive transduction, electromagnetic transduction, inductive transduction. So piezoelectric induction is also coming under this. So after that, photovoltaic transduction, mainly based upon your PV cells. So first, with respect to a capacitive transducer, so in the capacitive transduction, so in capacitive transduction, transducers is converted to the change in the capacitance value. So based upon the capacitance value, the capacitive transduction occurs. The typical capacitor, already comprises of two electro plates. So it will be separated by an insulating medium. Okay, it will be separated by an insulating medium D, which is also called as dielectric. The plates and the dielectric may be either flattened or rolled. The purpose of the dielectric is to help the two parallel plates maintain their stored electrical energy. So within this dielectric medium, your energy gets stored up. So it is a basic principle of your capacitor. The relationship between the capacitance and the size of the capacitor plate, amount of plate separation, and the dielectric is given by this formula: C equal to epsilon naught A by D. So here epsilon naught is your absolute permittivity in vacuum, and epsilon r is your relative permittivity. So C D is nothing but the distance between your plates. Coming to the electromagnetic transduction, so this is based upon your electromagnetic principle. So generally what happens is that you know about solenoid, right? So a solenoid will be formed. So how a solenoid will form is that the measurement is converted to voltage induced in the conductor by change in the magnetic flux. Okay, so the electromagnetic transducers are self-generating active transducers. So these are self-generating transducers. So here you can see, so there will be coil wound over a steel pipe. Okay, so if you are inserting the magnet into it, and if you are taking it out, there will be a voltage induced in this coil. It's more or less similar to the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So this is how the principle works, how the current gets induced to the coil. So next is your inductive transducer. So in the inductive transcription, the measurand is converted into a change in the self-inductance of the coil. So here the self-inductance is based upon the self-inductance of the single coil. The electrical signal is produced. It's achieved by displacing the core of the coil. The next is about your piezoelectric. So this we have already seen. Based upon your piezoelectric crystal, there will be pressure applied to it. So on the basis of the pressure, the voltage signal will be generated. Next is the photovoltaic transduction. So in the photovoltaic transduction, so the measurand is converted to the voltage generated when the junction between dissimilar material is illuminated. So there will be two elements, and what will be photovoltaic. Based upon the irradiation level, there will be flow of electrons. Here you can see one is your p type and another one is the n type. So here there will be a depletion region. This is a depletion zone. So in the p type there will be holes, and in n type there will be electrons. So from when the light falls out, the holes will be moved towards your n type, and this displaces the electrons over the n type, and there will be a flow of electrons. Okay. Coming to the photoconductive transcription. In photoconductive transcription, the measurand is converted to the change in resistance of the semiconductor material. So here, based upon the change in resistance of the semiconductor material, the electricity is produced. So difference between transistor and inverse transistor is that transistors convert non-electrical quantity into the electrical quantity, whereas the inverse transistor just does the reverse process. It converts electrical quantity into non-electrical quantity.